Okay, and we will go in 3, 2, 1. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Jeff Frick here, coming to you from Austin, Texas. That's right, Work 20XX is on the road, running remote. And we're excited to be down here and talk to really a lot of the leaders in not only remote working, but these are business lessons that can be applied whether you're fully remote, distributed, hybrid, back in the office, or anything in between. So we're excited to have our next guest. He is Robert Phelps, the president of Creative IT. Robert, great to see you.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So for folks that aren't familiar with Creative IT, give us kind of the quick overview.
Yeah, well, I guess the elephant in the room is my pants. I figured for a remote
Well, you jumped right to the pants. I was going to let it sit for a minute.
I don't know if anyone would miss them.
They will not miss them, bro.
We figured for a running remote conference, we would dress like we do when we're on Zoom calls.
Okay.
We're just not used to being in person.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay.
All right,
But
good.
a little bit about Creative IT. We provide full IT departments to companies that either are too small to have their own internal,
Okay.
or they have internal but they need additional help. That's everything from tech support for your end users, full cybersecurity monitoring that company's security posture, onboarding, offboarding, shipping machines, getting machines back from those companies.
And did I see that you have a new book that came out recently?
I do. We wrote a book on cybersecurity with a couple of our colleagues, and that became the Amazon bestseller day one of release.
Very cool. Cybersecurity, the silent battlefield.
You got it. 100%. And we talk a lot about in that book cybersecurity, how to secure small businesses, remote businesses, as well as compliance. A lot of our clients that are fully remote are software-based businesses trying to get their SOC 2 compliance, and navigating that as a remote company is incredibly difficult. We help our clients do that as well.
Compliance and governance are often talked about as gates, as brakes, as inhibitors to moving forward. But in fact, they can actually be great enablers, and they can be super important to successful business. So how should growing businesses that maybe didn't have to think about it before, or is kind of a new thing, think about compliance and governance and making sure that they're ticking all the right boxes?
100%. It's daunting when you look at what's required. If you have a partner that can walk you step by step through what's needed, that's the key to success. But really, I can tell you, we've had a handful of clients that once we've helped them, they've decided that's the way they're going. Once we've helped them become compliant, some of their competitors actually handed them their business and said, we're not doing this anymore.
Because they didn't want to invest in the compliance? They said, forget it?
Yep.
Interesting. Okay, cybersecurity, giant, scary topic. Deep fakes, AI. There's so many things coming at them. I don't even know, where do you begin with cybersecurity? What are some of the big holes? What are some of the obvious things that people should take care of in a smaller business or a small organization? Because it's one thing, if you're renting out space on AWS, I've got all AWS's security team kind of helping me out. But as a small business, I don't necessarily have that. So how should people approach it? How do you kind of rank order and prioritize all the many things you got to do in security?
Well, two things. It's kind of funny. What you said about, we're in Google, we're in Microsoft, we're in AWS, so we're secure. That's a big fallacy that a lot of clients have, that when they come to us, there's something called a shared services model. When you sign that agreement, you probably don't read all the pages. But in there is what's called a shared services model, and that basically will lay out that you are still responsible for a portion of security. And that is how you access that data. While they may be responsible for securing the data center, you're responsible for the data security and your employee security. One of the biggest things we've seen the trend, especially with remote, most remote companies don't think, I don't need security, maybe we're all using personal devices. We see 15,000 incidents on cloud-based applications that our clients use, like Google Workspace, Microsoft 365, for every one security incident on a physical device or server or network. So attackers
Wait, how many to what? 15 to 1?
15,000.
15,000 to 1.
So we are literally investigating 15,000 incidents on cloud-based software for every one we're now doing on inside.
That goes back to the why do they rob banks, right?
That's where the money is.
Exactly. Okay, so that's good, but now I'm getting started. Where's some of my holes?
The biggest risk is actually people. People are the biggest risk to any organization. When we see cyber incidents, majority of them are because someone did something, they clicked on something, they thought they got a legitimate email and it was not legitimate. That's the biggest risk, is those types of incidents, those types of security events. So training people, getting them on the right path, but then having someone monitor all of their activity.
Right.
And if something malicious happens, we onboarded a client recently The owner's account had been being accessed from someone in the country of Georgia for 3 months. They had no idea.
They had no idea. You know, RSA is happening this week as well up at Moscone. And I remember at a keynote a couple years ago, it was a lady from Cisco talked about the whole internet is about clicking.
Yes.
Everything on the internet is clicking. And of course, that's what you're not supposed to do for cybersecurity, right? Don't click anything. But everything is clicking. So how does that all, you know, how does that work? And then as the deepfakes get better, as the sophistication and the spelling and the grammar and the contextual relevance on these hacking emails and other things gets better, what do you see? What's going to happen?
Yeah. Educating users is one thing, but we have a proprietary tool that what that does is monitors a user's account for everything they do. And then if they do something that isn't right, alerts our team, and we can lock that account down and investigate it. So you can do something where you don't allow your employees to click anything. That's foolproof. Or you can do what we do for our clients was we have someone in the middle and some intelligence in the middle that when they do something that's incorrect, you stop it immediately.
You catch it. You catch it before it goes out.
Yep.
It's so I tell everyone, but we're all susceptible, right? Just don't click anything. Anything. It comes from
Don't
your
do your
bank.
job. Nope.
Don't,
Close
unless
your
you
computer.
sent it, don't click anything. So you're giving a session tomorrow, I believe.
Yep.
The hidden bottlenecks with remote teams and why they struggle to scale and how to fix it. So what is the hidden struggle?
There's a handful of them. There are 5 that we will go over.
Okay.
And we will go over some easy ways to solve those problems and how we solve them for our clients. The biggest bottleneck we see for most of our clients revolves around onboarding. And I can tell you, if you don't get that right, a new employee, when they join your organization, if they don't have access to what they need, if they don't have their computer on day one, they're not thinking, man, IT screwed up. They're thinking, did I join the right company? Did I make the right decision? And that is not, that erodes trust, and remote work is about trust.
Right. So are most of your clients remote?
Most of our clients are remote or hybrid.
Okay.
And that's been one of the biggest struggles for them has been how do we make that experience as great as if we had, an office for that employee to come to.
Right. And then how many of them are hiring international folks versus domestic? Because then there's a whole nother layer of compliance and regulation and everything else that you got to deal with if you're hiring people out. Even the rules across state lines are different, correct?
100%. Yep. So one of the big things for us is a majority of our clients are U.S. based, but a lot of them hire all over the world. So we have some clients that have people in the UK, in the Philippines, in Pakistan, places of that nature, that we're helping that user get up and running.
Right, right. And do those people usually use some type of service provider to manage the local, I don't know, Social Security, whatever the equivalency is for those types of things? Is that what you find usually?
An employee of record is what they're usually using for that type of service.
Okay, like a TriNet kind of a thing that we have.
You got it.
Okay, excellent. Cybersecurity, 3 things that everyone should do today.
So number 1, train employees, educate them on the risk. Quite frankly, educate them on their responsibility. Most employees think that's an IT problem, that's a security department problem. The truth is it's everyone's responsibility. The second thing is test that training. Make sure that not only are they taking it, but that they're understanding it. And then the third thing is it has to be top down. It's a culture change. Most of our organizations that struggle with security, it's because the people at the top don't care. And that finds its way all the way down. So it's got to be a top-down culture shift.
Right. I could say something really bad about platforms, but I'm probably shouldn't based on our earlier keynote today. Okay. Well, Robert, thanks for taking a few minutes.
Thank you.
Where should people go to get the pants? Where did you get them?
Oh, well, these pants I found on Amazon.
Okay.
I laughed. I said it's probably the person's first sale. They probably had a huge celebration when they finally sold a pair of men's unicorn
Hopefully they sent you a
pink
picture.
pants. I guess I should send them a picture.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks again. Really appreciate it, and best with keeping us safe because it's a scary, dangerous world out there.
It is. Thank you so much.
All right. He's Robert. I'm Jeff. You're watching Work 20XX. We're coming to you live from Austin at Running Remote. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening on the podcast. Catch you next time. Take care.
Thank you.
Cool. And we're out. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome.